right there, that little element right there is so clutch. Repetition. The improviser's best friend. The songwriter's best friend. When's the last time you heard a song where the choruses didn't repeat? They all do in every genre ever, including Dusty's, which is awesome, prog, metal, but there's all that great, I don't even know what your, what key is that in?
Which part? It would be D on my guitar.
D on your guitar is F on mine. Whatever it is with those awesome octaves, it's so cool. But you created a motif, and we hear it a couple times, because if we don't, it's like seeing a movie with the main characters who are introduced, and then they go away, you never see them again, you can't follow the movie. So it's gotta have repetition, and as a soloist, you gotta have a lot of repetition in there as well. Why? Because you need to hear it. You need to be introduced to the main character so that it actually sinks in. It doesn't go like that. Because I could feed you a whole bunch of different licks. If I don't give you repetition, they all might be nice licks, but they're not gonna land. They're not gonna stick, and therefore, whether you know it or not, you're not gonna enjoy it as much. It's too much to comprehend, it really is. So, that's another thing. Just like I said earlier, sometimes these things are so obvious and easy that we kind of push them aside as, no, that can't possibly be what my favorite players are doing, but they are. They're repeating the hell out of themselves. They are stopping, that's part of the phrasing. So here, maybe it doesn't have to be exact repetition, maybe I go. So the first one is a slur. The second one, I'm just hitting the notes. Maybe I gave it a little bit of a bend and took you back home, right? So again, 1, 2, 3, 4 notes. But a lot of personality, a lot of rhythm, a lot of style, and that's what instantly, can make you a better player right now. And that will work for anything. Now that's called a motif. A motif is a repeated rhythmic and melodic idea. So as an improviser, and this was always my goal. I've been a writer since I started playing, and I've been involved with Steve Vai for nearly 20 years. And all of those tours and shows, it's a lot of reciting. I got to remember every one of these notes and where they go, and it's a lot. So, but because of that, it took me down this other journey where it's like, I just want to improvise. I really just want to improvise. I want to be able to, I did no prep for this little clinic tour we're doing, no prep. Again, I didn't even bring an instrument. But that took a lot of work to get to that point. It really did. To be comfortable enough to pick up somebody else's guitar, play through somebody else's amp. The only things I brought were a strap, because I'm short and I need this kind of strap. I brought my TS-10 just because I like it, and a pick. By the way, I'm using Blue Chip picks. Blue Chip? Bueller? They're called Blue Chip. The company, I know, they're not very famous, but expensive. They are $35 a piece. But they will last you forever. These things last a really long time. They're made from space shuttle material, and I'm not kidding. That's what I was told. I don't know what, but I was told they're made from something that goes on the space shuttle. It's a company down in Knoxville, Tennessee. Anybody know a guy? I'm gonna drop a name right here, so I got to pick up that name. Anybody know Andy Wood? So he's the one that gave me my first Blue Chip down in Knoxville probably a few years ago, and changed my picking. And I was like, damn it, because now I do try to find picks that are like this, but not $35 a piece. Because I'll tell you a quick story. I think we were playing the Fillmore in San Francisco, a very famous venue. Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah. Well, it's a private stock pick, yes, exactly. Exactly. You get to go in and choose the grain. Yeah, it's a good one. We're at the Fillmore playing, and I'm in the middle of something, playing with Steve, and I drop the pick. So I grabbed another one, and I finish. Obviously, I'm not going to stop, but I grabbed another pick. But I immediately, as soon as I could get off stage, I said to my tech, Jarrett, I was like, I dropped my pick. And he knows what that means. He grabs his, every tech has their flashlights. He's like, all right, I want it. And he's, techs wear all black all the time. He's like, the show's still going on, and he's like an army guy just down on the floor crawling around with the flashlight trying to find this damn pick, but they are so good. They're really, really nice. If PRS made one, I would be promoting them right now, but I'm sorry they don't. Anyway, what was I even talking about? I don't even know. But yeah, the motif. Thank you very much. The motif. I want to say he did. The problem was that stage at the Fillmore in San Francisco is dark, like a dark brown or black, whatever it's painted, and this is brown. So it took a while, but we did find it. Thank God. Well, I have promotional picks made. I do, yes. They are very nice and easy to throw out. And I do have those on the guitars when we're playing, because when we're playing, you throw out a pick or if I have to grab another one like I did. But so anyway, the motif that's what it is. It's a repeated rhythmic and melodic idea, and it could be anything, any possible thing you want. So here's another thing I would love for you to go home and try. Get your piece of paper out. I know this is analog. Who doesn't like analog, right? Take a piece of paper out and write out every technique you can think of. So all the ones I listed off, or just go online, try and find them, just so that you put it down on your desk, and when you play, you look at it, and you can just be reminded of all of your options. Because another thing that I get a lot from people is I feel like I'm stale. I feel like I'm playing the same thing over and over again. You know what these options are, but maybe you don't have them in your fingers yet. Maybe you just need to be reminded of them. The other key to it is writing. How many people write licks here? Daily. Okay, good. Because you really should. And it's not about thinking you're going to amass this massive vocabulary. That's not what it's about. I mean, record it, because now we all are walking around with video cameras on our phones, which is amazing. So record it, but it's about the process. It's about thinking, all right, well, if I'm going to play something over this, maybe I'll go. But maybe the next day that's an E. So it's not about the notes, it's about what you did with it. What's the style through the technique that you put into that? That's really all it's about. It's just about working through that process over and over and over again. Like I said, trust the process. Just do it once a day and keep that going. You're going to be a musical player. And again, that could be anything. So if I take 2 notes, I was having this conversation with somebody earlier, and I said, how are you going to be good with all the notes if you can't be musical with 2? Let's take that to 1. So how can you be musical with 1 note? What if I just go... the first finger. So I'm just on this 1 note here, this B flat, and I'm giving it style to make it speak a little bit. And I'm also a rhythmic bend. And then I'll stop. Now 1 note's gonna get boring after a while, so let's bring in 2 and let's create a nice little motif. I'm just gonna create a motif by pulling off just some notes, all right? A little bit of a bend. So I'm just walking down the minor pentatonic scale here just with pull-offs. It's easy enough. That's a motif. We got style in there. We have rhythm. You can clearly hear it, right? So that's 2 notes. Just moving around a little bit. I mean, it's very simple. Thank you, but it's very simple. And I'm not doing anything much at all, but that's the whole point, A lot of repetition. It's wrapped up in a nice rhythmic, melodic idea. It's got style through this, whatever I'm doing here. So that's a motif. It's